back and being driven somewhere without having to do any work. Picture this. You're relaxed. Your eyes begin to close. Suddenly the car swerves and you can't get back to the wheel. Technology is another major issue with self-driving cars. Most people don't feel comfortable handing over all the control to a computer. In most cases, the technology is relatively new. The technology can't handle malfunctions such as a traffic light. In the event that traffic light malfunctions, a police officer directs traffic using hand signals. The self-driving cars can't interpret these hand signals, so the driver would have to take over, ultimately defeating the purpose for the need of a self-driving car. It's also unclear how a self-driving car will react to roadblocks or unique state and city driving laws. According to an article by Auto Insurance Center, top 20 pros and cons about self-driving cars. Different states have different laws about turning on a red light. The computers could have difficulty following these rules. In order to work, road maps have to be loaded into the car system. The article, Top 20 Pros and Cons About Self-Driving Cars, states that there's no opportunities for people to get distracted. The opposing side is wrong, as a driver could easily fall asleep or not be focused, and in the event of a malfunction, this is still very dangerous. As of right now, Google Maps only has 100,000 miles in its system. For self-driving cars to work everywhere, millions of miles would have to be loaded into the system. Updates would need to be placed all the time for self-driving cars to be effective. If a self-driving car is involved in an accident, whose fault would it be? It would take judges an extreme amount to determine the fault of the crash. Safety is by far the biggest issue with these self-driving cars. According to an article by Fusion, Tesla owner dies in a car crash. An owner of a Tesla died while in a self-driving Tesla Model S. The sensors on the car couldn't identify a white truck and failed to react, resulting in a fatal crash. The death proved to be tragic and probably couldn't have been stopped if the sensors picked up the truck. Self-driving cars have just begun to be implemented and are already death, raising many major questions about the safety of these cars. Self-driving cars are not safe. Imagine sitting in the back of a self-driving Tesla, enjoying a great movie. All of a sudden, the car begins to swerve, and you have to scramble to the wheel to prevent injuries and quite possibly death. Self-driving cars can mistake pieces of debris as animals or humans, and can suddenly change course, potentially causing crashes. Driverless cars cannot deal with simple changes or anything unusual, so drivers must be ready to take over at any time. Self-driving cars are not safe. Some drivers only buy self-driving cars for the relaxation of not driving, and wouldn't be ready to take over the wheel in an instant. According to Tribune News Service, a driverless car came to a crosswalk and did what it was supposed to do. It slowed down, allowing someone on foot to cross the street. However, the human safety driver panicked and hit the brakes. No one was hurt, but the driverless car was hit from the back from another car. The security of self-driving cars is a major issue, as they're an easy target for hackers. At a recent conference, hackers demonstrated how they could easily take over a self-driving car using a laptop from miles away. These hackers could cut the brakes and transmission of a self-driving Jeep, taking the control of the whole car. Self-driving cars are not safe. The cars are not able to operate at a high level of safety in all weather conditions. According to Kahn's self-driving cars, heavy rain can do serious damage to the laser sensor mounted on the car's roof, calling into question what the role of the driver might have to play in the event that the technology fails. If rain can cause these cars to malfunction, imagine what extreme winds or even hail would do to these cars. As of right now, there just isn't enough information about these cars to prove if they're safe. Clearly, self-driving cars cannot be trusted and should not be allowed on roads. Many accidents have already occurred, and the majority of companies haven't even released self-driving cars yet. These cars are hazards to people and defeat the purpose of human-operated cars. Do you trust a robot with your life?